Hey everybody, Sam Kavaris in the Nimnicht Buick GMC Sports Update. You know, it was kind of a shock when the Jaguars put out the list of 4 names who were not going to be able to start training camp for a variety of things, whether it's Aaron Colvin with his knee or, Alan Ball with an ankle or Dakota Watson with that groin. And they're on the PUP and Colvin is on the non-football or the injury list, non-football, because he didn't get hurt in the NFL. But then when Ace Sanders was on that list as a non-football injury illness, and that was kind of a surprise. And then Ace held a press conference, kind of on a conference call, and said that he faces a 4-game suspension. That was really a bombshell. From a personal standpoint for Sanders, it was very obviously forthright and upstanding to have this conference call, to say that this was probably going to happen, to admit that he made a mistake, that he had told a very small select circle of people, and that he was probably facing a 4-game suspension. Now, we know that you only get suspended if this is your second offense, if you run afoul of the league's substance abuse policy. So that's not good. He is the 6th wide receiver for the Jaguars who has run into this same kind of problem. None of the previous 5 have ever made it back to the level that production that you would have hoped that they could do. Sanders, though, is really the first guy to admit, hey, I got an issue. And he said, look, sometimes life comes at you fast and you really can't handle it, and I didn't. This is my fault. I'm sorry, and I'm going to make this right. I was also surprised that he said he wasn't coming to training camp, because that is where he's still eligible to be part of the team until the season starts. But I guess he's going to go to some sort of rehab. He says that he is going to get some sort of counseling. But I can't imagine that he wouldn't come to camp if he could physically be here to stay in shape, to stay close to the team, and stay close to the support group that it appears that he needs. Now, from a football standpoint, it hurts the Jaguars a lot. I mean, you didn't pencil him in there. You put him in there in big black Sharpie that he was going to be a part of the solution of the wide receiving core, and you add Lee and Robinson and hope Shorts can stay healthy and see who else can be out there. But that him being removed from that obviously opens the door for several other of the wide receivers, some of the guys who really were able to get a lot of reps in camp because so many players were injured. But, it gives the coaches pause to know whether or not that they're going to have a guy that they were counting on come back at any point. So these are the trials and tribulations, I'm sure, that Gus Bradley wasn't exactly sure of when he took a job as a head coach in the NFL, that these were going to be a part of the job, but they really are, and you've got to adjust. And it's just not, when you put the pieces together through free agency, the draft, and then undrafted rookies, you don't anticipate one big chunk being kind of taken away that you haven't addressed at all. It's something the Jaguars will have to do if they want to be a better team than they were last year. Don't forget, camp starts Friday, and it is open to the public 9:55 in the morning. Same thing Saturday, same thing Sunday, but you have to go to Jaguars.com and register. And also check News4Jax on a regular basis, News4Jax.com, because on there we will let you know where the live broadcasts come and are live streaming from practice or interviews or Gus Bradley press conferences. All that is available at that website. I'm Sam Kavaris, and that's the Nimnicht Buick GMC Video Sports Update.